We became an amalgamator, a roll-up entity of all of those brands that were on that same very mission. All of our brands are women-founded, and they focus on voids that existed in the market around sizing. So women who wanted fashionable, stylish clothing, and they couldn't find the clothing in their size, and that was the root of all of the foundings of the various brands. And we became an amalgamator, a roll-up entity of all of those brands that were on that same very mission. And that's been the strength that's driven us for the last century.
Now tell me, how is FullBeauty adapting to a changing consumer, their trends, with its digital mall and focus on size-inclusive fashion?
When I joined about 5 years ago, there was always a want to move towards a younger customer. Eloquii became that first anchor brand that's allowed us to create this new platform. We call it the new mall versus the classic mall. Two separate digital multi-brand experiences for those two separate customer environments.
Now, can you explain the role of your recent acquisitions, and you have several, and how they fit into FullBeauty's broader strategy and your portfolio?
Most recent acquisitions have primarily been filling out that second demographic where that younger customer exists, and that was Eloquii again. We then acquired Cup. We acquired the Dia brand, and all of those brands are serving that younger customer's needs.
And how does your new digital mall differ from your traditional mall?
So if you were ever to shop on the Gap, you would find Old Navy, Banana Republic, and you'd have one clean checkout, multi-title, multi-site brand experience. And so our classic mall has that same experience where the customer can find One Within, Romans, Catherine's, Avenue, and many other brands. And then we created another separate digital mall experience where Eloquii and Cup and Dia reside. And it's basically one can buy a top from Eloquii, can buy a bra from Cup, and have one clean checkout all out of that multi-title site.
And Jim, tell me, what steps are you taking to attract younger demographics, and how are you positioning the company to meet their evolving expectations?
When we went and brought in these newer brands, that's where you bring in your TikTok, your heavy Instagram, your brand activations, your influencers, your creators. So that I'd say that new team has really given us a lot of energy toward that younger customer, and customers grow older, right? So our classic mall customer, the younger end of that customer base, plays ball, if you will, the same way that new mall customer does. And so it's making us much smarter about our existing business.
And finally, Jim, what's your growth strategy for 2025? Any plans for acquisitions or any major developments?
We continue to be interested in brands that serve the needs of both our classic customer environment, but as well this new environment that has given us a great growth trajectory.
All right, well, Jim, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk
Well,
today.
thank you, Judy, for having me.